What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Seikima II. Yes, indeed. Seikima II fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Brett Parks, and this is actually Brett's prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Brett. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Brett wanted to see me react to this song by Seikima II called Ratsbane. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on a second, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Heretic. Yes, Heretic. Absolutely no vowels in that second part. And the video has 4 views. Yeah, not 400, not 4,000, just 4 views. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 views. Yeah, it's not gonna get you there. Sorry. Look, I'm sure the song's fine. I'm sure the video's fine. I'm just saying 4 views. That's it. Yeah, that's definitely not gonna get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Seikima II, Ratsbane, David Heretic smells.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
You trying to say David Heretic stinks?
Beats the hell out of me.
I feel attacked. David Heretic smells? What? What does it even mean? Seriously, does this translate to David Heretic stinks? Man, I'm gonna have to go looking for someone. Somebody and I need to have a discussion, I think. A very aggressive what was it? Aggressive negotiation. Yes. We need to have a very aggressive discussion about this. I feel attacked. Anyway. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
The song is probably the poppiest song I think I've heard from Seikima II. Between the drumming with that, it's that backbeat feel it is, but it's not laid back though. It's more on top of the beat. Like I wouldn't say shuffle. That's too laid back. No, it almost like you heard it in the ride. It almost just in the ride alone, it had almost like that swing feel. Ding 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 ding. You heard that. But it's not laid back at all. It is like right on top of the beat, pushing the song forward. So I don't know how. It's not shuffle. It's not swing. It's a backbeat tune for feel. It is, but it's not laid back at all. It's right on top. I don't know what you would call that. Not 100% sure. But between that. The quarter progression, just more than anything, is what it really comes down to more than anything. The keyboard playing and the vocals, very. I guess the best way to describe it, a very non-aggressive approach. It's really giving it that poppy feel. But here's the thing: whatever I call this pop, no. No, do not get it twisted. It's not pop, but it has a poppy feel to it. Probably the most poppy feeling song I've heard from them. It's still fun to listen to. It's still a fun listen. I'm still enjoying it. I'm just saying it's probably the least rock song that I've heard from, even though it is rock. You know, it's clearly a rock tune. Clearly, it's just. It's hard to describe. It has that pop feel to it. The vocal harmonies in the chorus there were really nice though. Those 3-part harmonies done really well. I love hearing those 3-part harmonies from these guys. They do them really well whenever they do them. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I do look forward to them. Whenever I see I'm doing a reaction to these guys, I always wonder, are we gonna get to hear vocal harmonies? Because we don't always hear them. Sometimes they do gang vocals. Sometimes there's no backing vocals at all. It's the luck of the draw, you know? But whenever we do get those 3-part harmonies, yeah, I am definitely here for them. Let's keep going. Hey now!
Alright, you are coming with Mr. Haiji Matsuzaki-sama.
Now this is swing. I don't care what anybody says. This has got a swing feel. Drums got it going with the ride, definitely. You got the bass player back there with the walking bass line. Ba-doon doon 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 baby doon 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 ba-doo doo doo. With those little pickup notes. Yeah, man. This has got the swing feel. This is jazz feel right here, boy. Loving it. Loving everything about it. Let's see. I knew I wasn't going crazy. I was like, I hear it in the ride. Now I know for a fact I'm hearing that swing feel.
Hey, what's going on over there? Alright, you are coming with Mr. Haiji Matsuzaki-sama.
Oh, yeah! Going back and forth. I love it. That was great. I love that solo section, going back and forth and flipping back and forth between the jazz feel, that swing feel, and the hard rock feel. There's a lot of factors that went into that. Okay, first of all, the most obvious, the guitar playing styles. Very contrasting. You had the guitar player over on stage left, doing the more jazz feel with the guitar playing. Very nicely done. And then we would go to that hard rock switch over, man. The guitar player on stage right, boy, he would take over and really take it in the hard rock direction. And don't get me wrong, they're both very important. But here's the thing, that would not have succeeded. That would not have been pulled off as well as it was if it weren't for the drummer, the bass player, and the keyboard player. The drummer and the bass player in particular, whenever the guitar player over on stage left would start to solo with the jazz feel, right? You would hear the drummer and the bass player, their playing style would adapt to a jazz feel. So you had the drummer with the ride doing that swing pattern, you know, with the accent on the snare, on the off beats, always on the off beats, ba, ba, you know, just always on the offs. Usually on the end of 3 and the end of 4. And that was really nice. And then the bass player with that walking bass line, really nicely done. Very smooth. A lot of movement. But then there were also times where he would do repeated notes. He would stay on one note, you know, for 2 or 3 beats. He'd boom, 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 boom. You know, he would stay on the note for like 2 or 3 times, and then he would go to the next note for 2 or 3, next note for 2 or 3, and then pick up, boom, boom, and then he would start moving back down again. Very smart, very jazz, very swing style. But here's the thing. When the guitar player over on stage right would take over, their playing styles would adapt to that hard rock feel. Drummer would get away from the swing and go more into a straight ahead. You know, with the snare on the 2 and 4. Meanwhile, you got the bass player no longer walking, just playing the roots. Just pounding and thudding on the roots. Doom, 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 doom. Gone were the pickup notes. Gone was the walking bass line. So they would adapt and adjust to the style of soloing that each guitar player was doing. Without that happening, those 2 guitar solos back and forth would never have worked nearly as well. So kudos to guitar players. Yes, absolutely. Give the guitar players their credit, but also make sure you recognize the rhythm section back there making it possible. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Ending with the walking bass line. Nice. That was, man. That was grooving, that was rocking, and that was cooking all at one time. That was fun. That was fun. What a great way to kick off the day of filming. This is my first video of the day. What a great way to get things rolling. I loved hearing that, and I loved watching it. That was a fun video. Okay, to be honest with you, I've already pretty much said everything I need to say, so I really don't think this is going to be a long review. I'm just going to touch on a couple of bullet points, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously, you know, nothing ever goes according to plan. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Seikima II with Ratsbane. This was a request from Brett Parks. And this was actually Brett's prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Brett. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Yeah, like I said, I already said everything I really needed to say during the course of the reaction. So I'm going to hit a couple of bullet points. If you guys want more specifics, you're more than welcome to go back in the video and see what I'm talking about when it comes to the specifics. But we're going to try to keep this short. And so but then again, you know how that goes. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm going to do my best, but no promises. All right, let's start off with the score, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.1. Yep, 9.1. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
What a fun listen. What a fun video. What a great way to start the day. This is my first video of the day. I'm filming 8 videos today. This was the first up on my list. Wow. What a great tune. A lot of fun to listen to. A lot of fun to watch too. Probably out of all of the songs I've heard from Seikima II, I would say probably the most poppy song that I've heard from them. Now, I'm not calling the song pop, not by any stretch, but the most poppy feeling, like probably the most popular sounding tune. Like I could see a song like this. I could see it played on top 40, I suppose, if there's enough of a demand for it, sure. I wouldn't call this metal by any chance, but I could see it on like a hard rock station, sure. KLOS would probably play something like this if they were really into playing Japanese bands, which with my experience with KLOS, they really don't do a whole lot of Japanese bands, which is a shame. But it's just that they like to focus more on the British bands and American bands, you know, more power to them. But I could totally see this song getting radio play. I absolutely could. What made this song impressive to me, there were a number of factors. The play between the jazz feel and the rock feel. Not the fact that they did it. I mean, I've seen other bands do that too. This is not my first time seeing those two contrasting styles. But what made it impressive to me was how seamlessly they made each transition. And no disrespect to either of the guitar players, okay? They're both fine musicians, and their solos were really nicely done, okay? I'm going to absolutely give credit where credit's due. Great job on both of their parts. But I'm going to be honest with you, folks, what made that so smooth, the transition between the two contrasting styles, was the work by the bass player and the drummer in particular, and in addition, with the piano player. They're the ones who really made that happen because they made those transitions so smooth. And I was paying attention in particular to the walking bass line, being a bassist myself. Whenever the bass player was moving around, whenever it was going to go back into the rock section, I always had a feeling he was, because you could hear his walking bass line resolve to and working toward the root note. Because when he would get to that root note on the rock section, he stayed there on the root. Just solid, you know, 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and straight ahead, no swing. No swing, no delays, no laying back. He was right on top of the beat on each and every eighth note. Now here's the thing, going back into the jazz section, he immediately laid back and got into that walking bass line feel. You heard him lay back though. He got a lot more relaxed with his playing and with his feel. But the second he went into the rock section, right on top of the beat, straight ahead eighth notes. And man, that he had a lot to do with it. And the drummer as well, with his patterns that he would come up with between the swing feel and the straight ahead rock feel, transitioning very smoothly between the two. The piano player, yes, he did have something to do with that. Don't get me wrong. His style of playing adjusted right along with the bass player and right along with the drummer. Not so much on the offbeats. One and bang and bang and bang and bang. Not so much with that. With playing on the, not even the offbeats. It wasn't even 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now he was more on like the 16th notes. He was on the E's. 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E. You know, he was like right on top of it like that. Very Chick Corea. If you, that's who I was getting influences of right there. Chick Corea is known for doing that stuff. No, but it was very well done on all three of their parts to make those transitions as smooth as they were, allowing the guitar players to really capitalize and throw themselves into their solos without having to worry about setting up the feel themselves. They were just able to go right into the solos, which made it very effective, and it was very impressively done. Gotta give a shout out to that guitar player on the left side, on stage left, man. Boy, channeling Frank and Bali, good, who else? Al Di Meola, I heard some Al Di Meola in there for sure. Little bit of Mike Stern, just a little bit of Mike Stern in there. But his solo, man, was nice. It was really nice. I absolutely dug it. The guitar player on stage right did a great job with his rock solo. I had no problem with it. It sounded really good. Vocally, man, those 3-part harmonies, every time I get a chance to hear them do those, I love it. I really do. They do a great job of harmonizing. Now, is it a surprise? It kind of, it's always a surprise. It's a very pleasant surprise when I get to hear it. I don't always expect it, and I don't know when they're gonna do it. So it's a nice surprise to hear it. But am I surprised that they're capable of those 3-part harmonies? No, I've heard them do it before, and it's not a shock of their capabilities whatsoever. It's just nice to hear them, you know what I mean? Because we don't always get to hear them. I dug this tune. I absolutely did. I dug everything about it, and it was very impressively done the way that they were able to transition between the parts as smoothly as they've done it. Now, like I said, I've heard other bands do it before. I've heard other bands transition between 2 parts back and forth before. It's not the first time I've heard it, but it was one of the smoothest transitions I think I've ever heard. So very impressively done. Gotta give them the credit. So yeah, 9.1. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So 9.1, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.